All right, so the new episode of Into the Dark just dropped. This is the Mother's Day episode. For some reason, you don't know what this show is about. It's an anthology series on Hulu. It is produced by Blumhouse, and every month we get a new feature-length film, essentially. It's an episode, but it's an hour and 20 minutes, each one of them. So it's a feature film. And each one of those films has to do with a holiday in the month that it was released in. Last month, or 2 months ago, was the Ides of March, and then this last one was April Fool's Day. This one's Mother's Day. You get the drift. So this stars a bunch of people whose names, except for Frank Whaley, I know his name, but the kid from Happy Death Day, the guy that plays Carter in that, Israel something, I can't remember his name. And then Masuka's daughter from Dexter, season 8, which was actually the only thing I found even slightly interesting about season 8. What a horrible, horrible finale to a wonderful show. I want to say her real name is like Dora, like Dora the Explorer or something like yeah, I think it's Dora. And then Samantha Mathis, right, from American Psycho. Isn't that her name? Shit. They're names that faces I remember and all that, but I'm just like, what is their real names? Okay, but whatever. All the performances in this are really good. Now, if you've been following my Into the Dark reviews from before, this show has just been kind of good. Like, every episode has just been either good or like, oh yeah, that was pretty good. Like, that's about as high as I go. And this episode, I'm not exactly 100% sure where I'm falling on this one yet, but I did really like it. It's on the higher end of these episodes or movies or whatever you want to call them in this series now. I want to say this is like the 7th episode now, because it's like October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. Okay, so 8. So this is the 8th episode. There's only 4 left. Yeah, I would say it's in like the top 2 or 3. I really liked the last one. I'm Just Fucking With You, because of the Chester character. I kind of really went off on this tangent of how much I liked him. But this one is definitely the most unique of them for me. It plays more in the sci-fi realm, but I don't want to give too many spoilers away for it. I will compare it to some stuff, and I'll give a brief synopsis in a minute, but before I do that, I will say that I definitely can see where issues will be coming from. Like, when I watch this kind of stuff, there is a level of suspension of disbelief that is asked of you, and I was willing to give it to them because I thought the performances were solid. I thought that the concept was really cool, and I thought that they were exploring it in a way that wasn't insulting to my intelligence. Could I find flaws here and there and all over the place, and breakdowns of logic and character decisions and all sorts of things? Sure. It would mostly be nitpicking, or if I really wanted to be a dick, I'd be like, well, why would you do this when it's this and this and that? I try not to do that unless I'm being absolutely insulted by everything else. Then it starts to irritate me more and more. So when I watch something that's kind of based in science fiction, especially, I definitely allow it to get I give it a little more leeway in my suspension of disbelief. So overall, yeah, I did dig this episode, and I hope that more people will check it out, even if they have left the series, because it is a unique plotline concept. So what this is about, this is kind of spoilery. I don't know how the hell to say any of this without giving some types of spoilers, because it's like almost out the gate with it. So turn it off if you don't want to hear anything about it. So what it is Spencer, whatever the hell his name, Carter. Yeah, Spencer's is what his name is in this. Carter is in Happy Death Day. Spencer is this kid, and his mother is a geneticist, and she said this is kind of a spoiler, like a major spoiler, but it's the fucking plot. I don't know how else to say it. He is a psychopath, and he has a tendency to want to kill people, women, essentially, especially, I guess. And his mother has made him reclusive, and there is this girl that she is cloning over and over again to try to break him of his murderous intentions. It's this girl. I don't want to say much more about the girl. Let the mystery, I guess, unfold from there. But yeah, it's interesting. It's a story about a boy with mental issues and his mother's undying commitment to try to see if there is a way to get him well. And and using her scientific abilities to help in that. It's a unique concept, and I don't know if I've seen it before. If I have, it's once. It's never anything. Not anything that's coming off the top of my head right now. So I will be very curious, like I usually am, on the reception of this one. This one is I don't know how people will take this one, but I really enjoyed it. And as I said, I think that what got me was that it was a plot line I feel like I've never seen before, which, being original in horror, is pretty hard. And I thought the performances from everyone were great. Beautiful women, characters that I can understand, maybe not relate to, but I can't really relate to anybody. But I did feel sorry, horribly sorry, for the women in this episode, for sure. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought of this episode. I hope that if you watched that wasn't too major of a spoiler, but I honestly don't know how to give any other synopsis. That's kind of like happens almost instantaneously. This episode kind of gave me vibes of Under the Skin. You'll see what I'm talking about. There's something that reminds me a lot of Under the Skin, but only brief stuff, very brief stuff. And yeah, so let me know what you guys thought. Anyways, I don't know what else to say about this episode without giving anything else away. Other than that, I'm going to bed. Adios. Good night.